So today, we're diving into a major shift happening in the world of elite aesthetic medicine. We're talking about moving away from those educated guesses and gut feelings and toward a really powerful data-driven strategy. We're going to break down how you can stop relying on intuition and start using real intelligence to build a practice that's way more predictable and, of course, profitable.
Okay, let me ask you something straight up. I know your clinic is successful, you're doing well, but can you tell me exactly why? I mean, is that success truly built on a foundation of measurable, predictable data? Or is it kind of running on the fumes of intuition and what just feels right?
All right, so here's our game plan. We're going to start by talking about a really common pitfall, what I call the intuition trap. Then we'll get into the powerful shift toward data. From there, we'll uncover how to see invisible patterns, how to automate and optimize your insights, and we'll wrap up with 5 specific metrics you can literally start tracking the second this is over.
First things first, let's really define the problem, the intuition trap. This is where most clinics, even the really successful ones, tend to operate. You're looking at the final score, the revenue, the patient numbers, but you're kind of ignoring the playbook that actually got you there. And that means you're missing out on the crucial behavioral data that predicts future growth.
And this lays it all out perfectly. On the left, you've got the standard stuff, right? Overall revenue, total patient count. These are what we call lagging indicators. They only tell you what's already happened. But the future, that's on the right. Behavioral data. How long are patients actually spending looking at your photo gallery? Which of your emails are they opening? This stuff is predictive. It tells you what's going to happen.
So how do we get out of this trap? Well, it all comes down to making the data-driven shift. This is about transforming the raw, passive data your practice is generating every single day into a powerful, decisive, competitive advantage. It's the move from guessing to knowing.
And listen, the stakes here are incredibly high. This isn't about making a few small tweaks here and there. The research is crystal clear. Practices that really learn how to turn their patient data into actionable intelligence, they don't just compete, they absolutely dominate their markets.
Okay, so this brings us to the really fun part, the how. How do you actually start to see these patterns in patient behavior that pretty much all of your competitors are missing? Well, it all starts with a clear, methodical approach.
It really boils down to this 4-step process. First, you've got to collect really granular data on every single interaction. Second, you map out the entire patient journey to understand every touch point. Third, you segment your patients by their true value using a model we'll talk about called RFM. And finally, you tag them with behavioral traits so you can hyper-personalize how you talk to them.
Just check out this incredible finding from one high-performing practice. All they did was track how long patients spent looking at their before and after gallery. And what did they find? Patients who spent just 3 minutes or more there were 64% more likely to book additional services. That is a multi-million-dollar insight just hiding in plain sight.
Now, one of the best tools in the toolbox for this is RFM scoring. It's a simple but really profound way to segment your entire client base. You just analyze 3 things: how recently they visited, how frequently they visit, and the monetary value of their treatments. This lets you stop treating everyone the same and start identifying who your true VIPs are.
And finding those VIPs is so critical. Why? Because of this number. A recent study found that your top 20% of patients are likely generating a staggering 68% of your total revenue. Think about that. Your most valuable asset isn't that new laser. It's this very specific group of people. And data helps you find them and, more importantly, cater to them.
And the final piece of the puzzle is tagging patients by how they like to communicate. You know, does a patient respond best to visual proof, like before and afters? Or do they need to see the clinical studies to be convinced? Maybe they're all about patient testimonials. Or maybe they only pull the trigger when there's a sense of urgency. When you tag them, you can personalize every single follow-up and just watch your conversion rates climb.
So, once you can actually see these patterns, the next step is to turn those insights into an automated engine for growth. This is where your data stops being some static report you look at once a month and starts becoming an active, intelligent member of your team.
I mean, think about behavioral triggers. Imagine a system that knows when one of your high-value patients is just kind of hanging out on your pricing page but not booking. It could automatically trigger a little chat window offering help, or maybe even send them a tailored, limited-time offer to nudge them over the finish line. That's real-time, intelligent marketing.
And the engine that drives all of this improvement? It's A/B testing. This is just the scientific method for optimization.
You stop guessing what works, and you start testing everything. The scripts your receptionists use, the lighting in your consultation rooms, the timing of your follow-up emails, everything.
I mean, look at this. This is a real-world result. One clinic tested 2 different reception scripts. Script A just focused on the technical benefits of the treatments, but script B, that one focused on patient transformation stories. The data proved that the story-focused script increased same-day bookings by 22%. That is a massive lift from a simple change in language.
And it's not just about language, you know? This data-driven approach gets into your actual environment. Another practice tested different lighting in their consultation rooms, and they found that the warmest lighting, around 3,000 Kelvin, actually increased treatment acceptance by 17%. It just goes to show that everything, even the atmosphere, can and should be optimized.
Okay, I know this can all sound like a lot, but getting started is actually surprisingly simple. So let's just distill all of this down into an immediate action plan that you can use, like today. Your new data-driven strategy starts right now.
Look, don't try to track everything all at once. Just start by focusing on these 5 crucial metrics: your consultation to booking rate, your same-day additional service acceptance rate, your retail conversion rate, your return patient percentage within 90 days, and of course, your referral rate. Just track them and then set a quarterly improvement target for each one.
And the best part? You probably don't need a massive new investment to get started. The tools, your practice management software, your CRM, they're likely already in your clinic. This really isn't about buying new stuff. It's about adopting a new mindset and using what you already have strategically. So, we'll end with this thought. Your patient data isn't just a record of past transactions. It's literally a treasure map that leads to future growth. So the only question left is, what's the most valuable secret hidden in yours?